On April 1, 2025, Serbia and Hungary signed a Strategic Defense Cooperation Agreement, a military alliance in Belgrade. Serbian President Aleksandar Vučić revealed plans to double joint military exercises, enhance technical cooperation, and facilitate mutual access to each other's weapon systems. The Serbian-Hungarian Pact was a response to the March 2025 trilateral agreement between Albania, Croatia, and Kosovo. The agreement focuses on joint military exercises, intelligence sharing, and defense coordination, particularly strengthening Kosovo's security. This growing division in the Balkans highlights the broader geopolitical struggle between NATO and pro-Russian forces. As NATO strengthens its foothold through alliances like the Albania-Croatia-Kosovo Pact, Serbia counters with Hungary's backing, deepening the divide. With Russia's influence looming and NATO's expansion at stake, the region is once again a battleground for competing global powers. But how far will this conflict escalate? Let's explore in this video. Serbia sees the pact as a NATO-backed move to strengthen Kosovo and weaken its influence. By arming and supporting Kosovo, Croatia and Albania directly challenge Serbia, pushing it closer to pro-Russia allies like Hungary. This deepens the NATO versus pro-Russia divide in the Balkans. Kosovo is the central issue dividing the two blocs because its independence is disputed, making it a key battleground for influence in the Balkans. For the pro-NATO and pro-EU bloc, Kosovo, Albania, Croatia, Kosovo represents a sovereign nation that needs military protection from Serbia, ensuring stability in the region. NATO's presence in Kosovo, through the KFOR mission, reinforces this stance and strengthens Western influence. For the pro-Serbia and pro-Russia bloc, Serbia, Hungary, Kosovo is seen as Serbia's rightful territory, and any military support for it is viewed as a direct threat to Serbian sovereignty. This makes Kosovo a flashpoint for regional tensions, as both blocs see it as critical to shaping the future balance of power in the Balkans. But how is Hungary benefiting from this pro-Russian bloc being an EU member? Hungary is in support of Serbia because it serves Orbán's strategy of resisting EU and NATO influence while maintaining strong ties with Russia. By backing Serbia, Hungary strengthens its pro-Russia stance, challenges NATO's expansion in the Balkans, and ensures a regional ally that shares its opposition to Western pressure. Serbia also acts as a buffer state for Hungary, helping control migration routes from the Middle East, North Africa, which Orbán's government strongly opposes. Economically, Serbia provides key trade and energy partnerships, including Russian gas transit and arms deals. Supporting Serbia allows Hungary to undermine EU unity from within, positioning itself as a power broker between the West and pro-Russia forces. Will this lead to NATO and the EU losing power in the Balkans? The Serbia-Hungary Pact weakens NATO's influence in the Balkans by strengthening Serbia's military and complicating Kosovo's security. With NATO-backed forces increasing their support for Kosovo, the regional power balance shifts, making diplomacy harder. The pact also fuels pro-Russian sentiment, reinforcing Serbia's ties with Moscow and encouraging anti-EU forces in the region. NATO's expansion in the Balkans is disrupted, creating a strategic gap that Russia can exploit. Rising tensions between pro-NATO, Croatia, Albania, Kosovo, and pro-Serbia forces increase the risk of conflict. Mass protests in Serbia and Hungary weaken their governments, creating opportunities for the EU to regain influence. In Serbia, demonstrations against President Aleksandar Vučić challenged his pro-Russia stance, increasing pressure for closer EU alignment. If protests grow, Vučić may be forced to compromise with the West or risk losing power. In Hungary, protests against Viktor Orbán's policies, mainly the ban against Pride, have raised questions on democracy in the country and has given an advantage to EU to intervene in the matter in the name of human rights and attack on democracy. This allows the EU to push back against Hungary's obstruction of sanctions and NATO policies. A weakened Orbán may have to concede to EU demands, reducing his ability to support Serbia and Russia. Is Hungary turning its back on NATO by strengthening ties with Serbia? Will this new alliance shake up the Balkans? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more breaking updates.